What's going on, guys? Your boy Amazing here, back with another video, and in today's video, guys, me going over the best gear set that you guys want to be prioritizing for the Angel of Despair Mael. So in today's video, guys, I wanted to give you guys my thoughts on what gear set I think is going to be the best for this character, and depending on the content that you are doing in the game, whether it's PvP or PvE, I'm going to be going over a gear set that you can run for either or a generalized gear set that you can run for both. So if you guys do enjoy videos like this, man, definitely make sure to hit that like button and subscribe as we are on the road to that 50,000 subscribers. I definitely do appreciate the support on the channel, guys. And with that out of the way, man, let's hop in and let's go over this character. So before we actually hop into the gear here for Mael, let's kind of briefly talk about what this character is doing so we can identify whether or not he's going to be more of a supportive type character or more of a DPS. And that's really going to determine what gear set we're going to be building at the end of the day, because, you know, we're trying to capitalize on the character's strengths, right? We want to be using the character at their utmost, you know, ability. And so, you know, capitalizing on the strengths that the character has is going to be the best way to do it with the gear that we're planning to make. So, for Mael's passive here, guys, he's gonna have increase all stats for goddesses on the team. So this is gonna be, you know, a very nice thing, right? It's goddess ally buff. You know, having Mael on the team is automatically gonna give them this all stat support, which is really good. You know, Mael is also gonna get basic stats for each buff or debuff effect on the battlefield, which is more, you know, kind of for him. The mark of good and evil on goddess allies is gonna give them damage reduction from crits, right? So that's obviously very nice, and then become immune to stat decrease. So that is something to definitely take into account. I mean, you know, Mael here is providing you with a final damage reduction on taking crits, and you're immune to stat lowered, right? And this is not only in PvP, this is in PvE as well. This is not a PvP exclusive thing. You know, on the other Mael, if you guys didn't know, this Mael right here only has that part of his passive in PvP, right? Immune to stat decrease in PvP. So the fact that the you know, the Dark Mael is able to have that, I mean, that's super strong. That means you can't be stat lowered, right? And then moving on, he has Punishing Wave, which is going to be damage dealt lower on the enemy, right? You're also going to get the Ripple of Light effect, which is going to fix damage dealt to your team to only 1, which can also be a pretty nice thing as well. And then Mark of Retribution, which is going to be an attack related stat and defense related stat lower on the enemy. So overall, guys, we have a bunch of things in Mael's kit where he's kind of supporting the team in a sense, where he has that like debuff support, but also with the like all the stats he's providing for the team as well. But then you also have parts of his kit where it's like, okay, you know, the hero basic stats for himself based on buffs and debuffs. You know, he has the you know, the fixed damage. He also gives your team damage reduction, right? You know, and the insane amount of damage you're going to do on the single target. Also with the final damage on that as well, pretty much having like acid or death effect. So overall, guys, from the kit that we're seeing, it's kind of a mixture of, you know, kind of support and damage. And so that's why I think Mael is super flexible in the gear set that you're planning to run, because whether or not he's the DPS on the team, that's going to depend on the gear. And so for PvE content, guys, I'm going to highly recommend an attack crit damage set. And the main reason why is because in PvE content, especially with a character like Mael and the way he works in his, you know, his skills here, he's going to be a very, very strong DPS character, right? I mean, look at his single target skill right here. Times 2 critical chance, times 2 critical damage, 150% damage dealt to enemies affected by the Mark of Retribution. I mean, this skill, if you do one of this skill and then the follow-up of it, the follow-up is going to do an insane amount of damage. I mean, like, that skill right there is probably going to be guaranteed damage cap on any demonic beast, right? So, you know, being able to do that and trying to capitalize on the damage, you know, attack rate damage is going to be the way to go. And in terms of the rolls here on the attack rate set, guys, you're just going to want to go with the basic stat rolls. It's like 99% of units in Grand Cross always take basic stat percent rolls, but sometimes you're going to have characters that are like, you know, maybe they need like Pierce rate, or maybe they need crit chance, whatever the case, and it's going to be a very select few. But for Mael, it's just going to be your standard stuff, right? You're running defense percent in the middle pieces, you're running HP percent on the bottom pieces, and attack percent on the top pieces. And make sure that you build your gear in this manner, as I do think it is valuable to have both, you know, HP defense and attack crit damage. And I'm going to explain why I think HP defense can also be very good too. Alright, guys, so we talked about attack crit damage and how Mael is able to take advantage of that. But what other gear set could you run on the character as well? And the other gear set would be an HP defense set. And the nice thing about HP defense is that you're able to pretty much be just that full support Mael on the team. You know, you can literally do these single targets just so that, you know, Mael can get that, you know, damage extra against an enemy with minus 20% defense related lower, right? You're gonna have that. You're gonna have obviously the damage down lower on the enemies. You know, your entire team is tankier. You get the all stats. So running Mael on an HP defense set just so that he's able to keep the team with the stat bonuses that he's providing and also the damage that he can provide for them too. I mean, that's also a good idea as well. And this would mainly be tailored to a geared PvP kind of setting. You know, you could definitely run this in PvE, especially if you wanted another character to kind of take the role of the DPS. But I do think that Mael could be very, very strong in PvP, even damage-wise, on an HP defense set, just because of how strong the Goddess team with stats is gonna be. You know, you have characters like Ludo Margaret, which are going to be giving you crit chance, crit damage, and a bunch of basic stats. And then Mael on the team is giving your whole team basic stats too. So you have a ton of really, you know, just kind of buffs for the entire team where you're going to be dealing a ton of damage and your team is going to be very, very tanky too. So HP defense, same idea with the attack rate damage, guys. It's going to be in the exact same spot. So your 2 pieces is going to be in the middle. You have your 4 set on the top and the bottom. And that's also really nice too, because if you do have the other light Mael, which they're going to be giving for free in the second half of the celebration as well, you can actually have one set for, you know, your darkness Mael, and you can have one for the light Mael, and you can alternate between the gear sets, which is why I have both an HP defense set and an attack crit set, because I want to have some flexibility. And also for the you know, the light Mael link, you would want to have, you know, obviously since he has a grace, you do want to kind of capitalize on that with the gear set that you're going to be running for his link. So yeah, I mean, but again, for the dark Mael though, guys, HP defense, in terms of the roles, again, we talked about it with the attack grid set. You know, attack percent on the top pieces, you're going to run defense percent on the middle pieces here, and then HP percent on the bottom pieces. And, you know, this gear set's going to be very, very tailored to more of a supportive role, and mainly for like geared PvP where, you know, you do kind of want to go first as well and kind of take advantage of the like stats that Mael's providing for the team. You know, you're gonna get a lot of that. So yeah, I think HP defense definitely is gonna be a PvP thing. But if you are going for PvE content, guys, attack crit damage is gonna be the way to go overall. So yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comment section below, man. But TLDR at the very end of the video, guys, attack crit damage for a DPS PvE Mael. If you are trying to run a PvP variant, you can definitely go with attack crit as well, but HP defense is going to be my go-to for that, mainly because of the fact that Mael will be able to still keep your team alive and also provide all the, you know, kind of supportive abilities that he has in his kit. So yeah, guys, let me know what you think in the comment section below of the gear sets that I recommend here for Mael. What gear set are you guys planning to make for your Mael in Grand Cross? And yeah, I mean, that's going to be it for the video. I hope you guys did enjoy, and we're going to see you guys on the next one, man. Peace out. Have a great rest of your day, guys. See you later, man.